Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Before we start, if you don't mind please, before we start the broadcast, feel free to chat, say hello, how are you doing, etc. And after we start, consider yourself going to a classroom in university and the teacher is talking. Are you going to ask the guy next to you, what are you eating today? So let us behave as an adult and let us focus on the topic. And you will enjoy it, trust me. Today, as usual, Muslims, they get angry from what I say. And when you make Abdul angry, the angry Abdul is different kind of anger. So I will give you an example of a smart Abdul. And I have to admit, this guy is really smart. It's very embarrassing, very embarrassing. I have to apologize. So this guy, he posted here, let us read together. And now, let us see how good you are in chat. I don't know. This Abdul here, he said, his name is Neem Doctor. He's a doctor, I think. Okay. Well, no wonder. He said, how stupid. How stupid. He's talking to me, not to you. So please, I have copyright over this now. How stupid. That's the problem. If one not able to fully understand a language, do you know? Do you know? Do you know? I'm getting excited now. Do you know what IE means? You have a proven you don't. Continue the sentence. You have proven don't what? I don't know what it's mean. I don't know. I did search in Google, Prophet Google, peace upon him, and I found this, you idiot. IE. What IE mean? What IE definition? Open any dictionary. It means that is. Idiot. That is. So when you say you idiot, and you continue saying, where does it say? Where does it say Noor is reflected light, you idiot? IE mean is. Idiot. Do you see it? That is. So when you say IE is reflected light, or IE reflected light, you are saying that is reflected light. And you idiot, you certified donkey. Isn't it this is what the title of the article? You idiot. Moon is reflected light, you idiot. This is the title of the article which is speaking about IE. So you idiot, as long you are good in English. And all of you Muslims are good in all languages, except the language of Allah. So where the title says moon is reflected light, where it says moon is reflected light, where it says is. Does it say is? The title is saying that right away in front of your eyes. Idiot. But let me tell you what happened. He got upset because Islam is a very embarrassing religion. Islam is a very stupid religion. And now he have to blame it on me, not in his stupid lies. Show me one article about the moonlight, about the Quran, in the Quran, made by Muslim, is not saying this is reflected light. You will not find. And you idiot, didn't me, or isn't it me, the one who play in the video for you, that Nu'man Khan, he said, the moon have its own light. What's own light mean? Doesn't have its own light, sorry. Doesn't have its own light. What does that mean? if I don't have my own light? I'm borrowing light. Idiot. The video in front of you. And this is Mrs. Noumi Khan, the striptease boy, alhamdulillah, teaching you, has concerned itself with the subject titled what?
The subject titled The Overpowering Miracle of the Quran for a Millennium and a Half. It has been studied from
the overpowering for a millennium and a half, overpowering. True story. Tell us more.
many angles. In more recent history, you alluded to it, there's a discussion of scientific phenomenon in the Quran that could not have been known at the time and are only now coming to rehash and surface. For example, the moon not having light of its own, or
for example, the moon not having light of its own. So what is, if this is not reflected light? It's and where it says the moon is, when it says Noor is reflected light, where? If the moon does not have his own light, that is reflected light. Unless you are saying to me that Mr. Moon, he installed a battery and some LED light, and now he is, getting electricity and making light. I mean, stupidity is really amazing. And then the Abdul is not only this guy. They start, like trying their best. Let us see. But let's finish with this one first. As you claim in 735, it just says Noor, i.e. is reflected light, i.e. reflected light. Google it up, Google it. I did. Trust me, all what I did to get those articles is just Google moon reflected light. Actually, I did not Google moon reflected light. I Google moonlight Quran miracle. Go, you do it yourself. Moonlight Quran miracle. And what we see? We see this. What we see? We see this. Stupid idiot. And then he continue. How do you explain with your majestic limited English, making fun of my English? Now people are making fun of your English. Because you just proved to me if my English is wrong. Because I did read your article, which is saying the moon have reflected light. That means all of you Muslims, including Nu'man Khan, are a bunch of donkeys in English, in Arabic, in all languages. Because remember, when you say that the moon has reflected light, and you are supposedly translating the Quran meaning, it is you, donkey, who do not understand neither language, Arabic or English or any other one. Because as long it doesn't mean reflected light, so how you Muslim you come to say it is reflected light? And then he says, look, he make it even more poo-poo. With your limited English understanding, the mentioning of two diverse light source. What two diverse light source? What? The moon have he's a source of light? Based on your fully argument style, one cannot trust any word and conclusion you make. Exactly, because this is the conclusion of the Muslims, as you see. I'm just reading your stupid article, you idiot. Potato. The whole point is that this is discovery, nobody had it before. If you are saying this is a source of light, well, everybody says moonlight. We know that the moon, when there's a moon up, we have light. So what is the point of the scientific miracle? The point is, it was believed. Read carefully, Abdul. This is what happened when you practice too much muta. It was believed by earlier civilization. See, the earlier civilization supposedly is the ignorant ones. You Muslims are the smart because you follow the Quran, brother. The Quran, the book where it explained where the sperm is coming from the backbone. So it was believed by earlier civilization that the moon emanates its own light. Do you see the explanation? This is the introduction for the miracle. Science now tell us that the light of the moon is reflected light. But the donkey says, where it says in the article, the moon is reflected light. I hope your wife did not see this video. The first thing she will do, she will go and sign an account in nikah.com, looking for a better husband who speaks better languages, because obviously you are a genius. Actually, you are not only genius, you are genie, and yes, I got you busted. We cannot call you genius no more. You are genie, yes. So when those Abdul, they get angry and they start making their stupid comment, and they are angry for simply we got them busted. Islam is a fraud, Quran is a joke, Muslims, they lie to fabricate miracles, and he got upset. I understand. And now look, he continued, this guy, he continued, he don't stop. Look what he said. He's answering some Christians. He says, word obstructs and points one's mistakes to others. Is it honorable? I mean, look who's talking about honorable. First of all, it is you who did that, which means you are not honorable. Secondly, you are a person who practices mut'ah, and you are talking about honorable, renting your daughter, your wife. You divorce your wife. Look at the honorable Quran. If a Muslim, he divorces his wife, she cannot come back to him if he divorced her 3 times until she go and take off her panty and sleep with the new customer. I mean, do you see how honorable this religion? And then this Abdul, after she sleep with the other guy, he can take her back. Honorable religion. And the Muslim, they say, we protect our women. Your women, is it protected? I don't want to use the word, which fit exactly there, because that will make it very rude, but you know what I'm talking about. Is that how you protect your wife? Is that how you protect the honor of your daughter? That her husband divorced her 3 times and now she want to go back to him, not because maybe she love him, but because she have kids from him. You know, mothers. Many of them, they don't care even for the man anymore, but they care for the children. So now your mother, she been divorced 3 times. Mr. Honorable Man. It's a miracle from Allah, brother. It's a miracle. Okay, if we ask the Muslim, what is the wisdom of this? Let us speak about science. In which science that this will solve a problem? In which science that if a woman, she want to go back to her husband, it is better for her to go and take off her panty and sleep with a strange man in order to go back to the first husband? And are you punishing the man or punishing the women? Well, the man is not the one who got, you know, I don't want to say the word. How dare you to talk about honor? You don't have it. How dare you to talk about honor when you follow a prophet says you can lie? Is that honorable? Is it honorable to go and say to a Christian or a Jew or a Hindu, I'm your friends, when in fact, in heart, you hate them? Is that honorable? Is that the teaching of the honorable man or honorable God? Huh? What is honorable about saying to someone something and believing in the opposite? It is you who believe in that. Read carefully. The believer, they cannot take the hypocrite. Suppose you are the hypocrite as companions, or the disbeliever like the Jews, etc. and become mighty and honorable with them. You cannot be honorable with us. Remember the word honorable, this is your choice. You have to be a scumbag according to the Quran. You cannot be honorable with us. In a preference to believers who are sincere, if you are sincere and you take us as a friends, the second you are sincere, you are a bad person in Islam. Read carefully. Seeking might and honor by taking the hypocrite and disbelievers as a friends. So what the problem? You are sincere. You cannot be sincere and a Muslim. The Quran says so. If you are sincere, seeking honor and friendship with the Christians and the Jews, who are you? Read carefully. He has no connection with Allah. What? What is the crime? You've been sincere. Because you've been sincere, Allah say to you, you have no connection with Allah. Not only that, you have no honor. You are talking about honor? Your God saying, if you take a Christian or a Jew or a Hindu or a Buddha or an atheist as a friend, you are a son of a gun. Don't talk about honor. You are following the devil Muhammad. The person who teach you how to lie, how to disgrace every honor. You have no honor, you have no mercy or protection, which means Muslims can rape you, or rape your wife, from Allah, unless it to be to guard yourself against them. Save yourself from them. But hold on, what do you mean save yourself from them? Those people want to take you as a friend. Obviously, they are not enemy, because if you say to them, I want to take you as a friend, but yet they want to kill you anyway, well, that will not work. That's stupid. So those people are not killing you. But according to Islam, all non-Muslims are enemy, and they should be killed, slaughtered. So you lie to them. This is how you save yourself. You save yourself from exposing yourself. You are an enemy between. And as long as you consider yourself an enemy, you do what enemy do. So you guard yourself against them, save yourself from them. You don't tell them the truth that you want to kill them. And you take it as real security, saving yourself from them, speaking in a friendly way toward them while your heart is like this. Do you see it? So how you are giving us a lecture about honor? Where is the honor of teaching your followers to lie to others? What if Jesus says to us, speak to Muslims in a friendly way, but in your heart hate them? What do you think? And not only that, by the way, Muslims, they practice taqiyya even between Muslims. The biggest practice of taqiyya is exist between Muslims and Muslims, because Muhammad justified lying. Even Muhammad, he said, he justifies saying a Muslim, he can lie in 3 things. Okay, what are they, Muhammad? You can lie to your family. You are even liar. And Muslim, they say, well, you know, the Prophet, he wanted to fix things. He wanted to fix things, problem between people. Okay, how we fix it? By lying. As an example, brother. There is a guy, his name is Abdul, and the other guy, his name is Babdullah. And they hate each other. So you go to the first one, you say, no, he love you. And you go to the second one, he say, he love you. And that will fix it. So we fix it by lying. Read carefully with me. It's made lawful. It's not lawful to lie except in 3 cases. Something the man, he said to his wife. People of honor. Do you honor your wife? Yes, I do lie to her every day. I mean, this is the proof. This is a signature of honoring the wife and the marriage. honoring your wife, lying to your wife to please her. Oh, honey, did you marry second wife or third wife? No, honey, you are the only woman in my life. Yeah? Lying to the wife. So if you lie to your family, what is left? Look at the excuse. I lie to people to please them. Well, is it all lies about pleasing someone? So he will not be upset? He will not know what I did? And here you will see that Muhammad, he has no honor. And obviously he was practicing lying himself to his family. Which means all the hadith, Aisha, she told us that Muhammad said to her, obviously they were a lie, because the guy, he lied to his wife. How many times Aisha, she said, the Prophet said, the Prophet told me, the Prophet did to me, the Prophet, so he was lying. Lying during war, okay, we will let this one go. And lying in order of being, bringing peace between people. You know, when you hear this, you think that this guy is a man of peace. And he is so desperate for peace to bring, to bring peace, he decided to lie. But as you know, you cannot fix things by lying. That's not true. It doesn't matter how long the lie will be. People will discover it, and then they will become more enemy. Because sooner or later they will talk and they will meet, and they will find that all what you said to them, both of them, to fix what you claimed you fixed, is a lie. So we continue with this Abdul here. A person who is willing to marry a 6 years old child, like as a prophet, speaking about honor. A person who his God Muhammad said to him, you can beat your wife, scourge her, until her skin became greener than her clothing. He speak about honor. Honor. I'm not going to mention that Muhammad and the Muslim book says that if the Prophet eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her immediately. Immediately. Imagine you have Muhammad in your house. Your wife, she bring the coffee. The Prophet is staring at her balloon or maybe bomb. The Prophet like her. He don't even need to say. He don't even need to say to you, I want your wife. You should understand right away. And right away, you should divorce her so the Prophet can have her immediately. Imagine this is written in their books. And when I ask Muslims about this, they say too, so what? I will be proud if the Prophet sleep with my wife. The scumbag, he would be proud. If the Prophet sleep with his wife. And because I don't like to say something without proofs, let me get the reference. You know them. They will say this is not a true. This is not a true. Brother, this is not a true. You are a liar. It doesn't say that. All right. What is this? Tafsir al-Qurtubi. What site we are using? The official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Alhamdulillah. Very well-known Islamic website. مشروع المصحف الإلكتروني بجامعة الملك سعود. The project of electronic Quran or Mus'haf in the King of Saud. This is official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What it says there, because the Christian prince, he's lying to you. Nowhere it says that if the prophet's eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her. He's lying to you. Who is a Muslim is willing to call me and he speak Arabic to read for us and translate to us? If there's anyone? Who is a brave Muslim who speak Arabic, he is willing to call me live on air. I will not translate, you translate, and get me busted. Mr. Honorable people, who want to do that? The Prophet, he have many privilege. And he is counting here the privilege, number 1, number 2, number 3. Most of them, 90% is about sex and women and money. Number 10, number what? Number 10, إذا وقع بصره على امرأة وجب على زوجها طلاقها وحل له نكاحها. If the Prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, it's a must for her husband to divorce her. So the Prophet can F her. Are you there, Mr. of Honor? Let us translate to English. You know, I will use Google Translation. You know, I mean, what we can do, better than nothing. You guys don't speak Arabic. Translate to English, please. A magical happen. Let us see number 10. Where is number 10? This is the 9. And now this is the 9. Okay, we need to see number 10. Number 10. Number 10. Where is number 10? 10th. Number 10. Okay. Where it says that. I'm trying to say the word. Let us maybe search for the word itself better than searching, because Google Translation make it hard. Let us see. Let us see. Okay, principle for divorce her. Let us continue. Principle for divorce her. Okay, divorce her. Read with me. Number 10. We found it. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. The God of the moonlight. Honorable religion. If his eyes falls on a woman, her husband, brother, he must divorce her. And look at the translation, says, and her marriage principle for him. What marriage? It says, so he can F her. I mean, do you see how honorable the Prophet is and how honorable Muslims are? Who accept such a thing unless he is a pimp? A man come into your house, your wife, she serve coffee. The man, he look at her butt, excuse my language, may Allah butt you, by his mercy. Because all of you will sit under his butt in the heaven, as the Quran says. Number 10, the privilege of the Prophet. I mean, look at them. All of them, they are privilege of sex. Look, number 5, the 5th privilege, a woman, she can give herself as a gift. Hey, Prophet, take me, Prophet. Alhamdulillah, I will take you. Take off your panty. This is a very decent man. He was busy worshipping God. He was so busy worshipping his God, Allah. And Allah, He rewarded him. Prophet, listen, you are my favorite guy. From now on, when you go to a house of any Abdul if your choice, and you like the bum of his wife, guess what? Her bum is yours. I mean, isn't it obvious that this is from God? Who can deny that? So when you speak about honor, shall we play a song that says, who's talking? You have no honor. And the Muslims, by the way, they say and they go teach their children in their schools, and that's what the Muslim told me himself. He came to me once, I was in the Middle East. He's a very nice, the Muslim kid, he's a very nice kid, he's not a bad person. He came to me, he says, I want to ask you a question, but I'm afraid, you know. I said, afraid from what? He said, you promised me you will not beat me up or do something. I said, why? You would think I would do that. He said, because I know you, promise me. So I promised him. He said to me that the Islamic teacher in the classroom taught them that the Christian priest, he had to sleep with the wife before the husband take her home. Do you see how much evil those Islamic teachers are? When in fact, it is their priest Muhammad is the one who sleep with their wives, because he can take her anytime he wants. It is their scholar, it's the best man. As an example, a guy, his name is Khalid ibn al-Walid. Do you know what this guy did? He killed a man, he cooked him, he ate him, and he raped the women. And the Muslim, they call him the sword of Allah. Obviously his sword is the one who was between his legs. So when a Muhammadan he get angry, it helps us. I encourage you all of you Muslims, do your best, because as you see, you brought nothing but shame. You tried to shame us. This is the whole story. You tried to shame us, accuse us of lying, but the fact you are a scumbag. You have no dignity. You have no honesty. Do we have any Muslim have any comment? Any Muslim? And remember, the whole thing is that Christian Prince is lying. Nowhere it says that the moon light is reflected light. Where it says that? But we are reading the same article we are reading yesterday. This is here it says, i.e. reflected light. Ruhr, i.e. reflected light. But because we got them busted and their stupidity, and you know what? This is my challenge to this Abdul. After all what happened, consider this is spanking is just hello, not a big deal, I mean, you can put some Vaseline there and you will get over it. I mean, what happened in YouTube, stay in YouTube. What about you call me and show me one thing you Muslims claim about the scientific miracle of the Quran is true? Just one. The only scientific miracle I see that when you are a Muslim, you lose your dignity and you are willing to give your wife to the Prophet. Actually, I asked Abbas, who is in the chat right with us, do you have a problem if your Prophet have sex with your wife? He said, yeah, no problem. Is that correct, Abbas? Abbas is there. You have no problem. Abbas, he invited the Prophet to eat pizza in his house. The Prophet, he liked his wife. I'm not insulting his wife, by the way. I'm saying to you what he said. I don't attack people in person. But this is what he said. I asked him the question. Is that okay for you if the Prophet, his eyes fall into your wife? He said, what's the problem? Yes, sure, yes. He said yes. He's in the chat. Abbas, did you change your mind about yes, you will give your wife to the Prophet or not? Abbas, Alhamdulillah. For some reason, I don't see his text. I see people texting about him. So, my friends, when those people, they speak about honor and they speak about right and wrong, I mean, look who is talking. Seriously, look who is talking. People who believe that if the wife, she divorced 3 times, she have to go and get boom boom. And this is why you see a woman, she been forced to marry a husband she don't want, and he is way older in order to get back to the previous husband. So look what women, they do in Islam. They cheat. They marry you, but they don't want to marry you. You reject. I said, even if a prophet asked from my wife, would say no? No, you did not say no. When you said that? Give me the video, give me the video. I remember you said yes. I remember very well you said yes, you did not say no. And hold on, guys, I will take you, here we go, I got you busted again. Guys, look at this guy. He just admitted that his prophet is a fraud. Because if the prophet is doing that and you say no, obviously your prophet is a bad person. Correct, guys? Otherwise, why you are saying no? Even when they try to swallow their previous stupid statement, they help us to expose their prophet. Look what you said. I do not say that. In fact, I rejected the interpretation. What interpretation? Your prophet, he didn't marry his own son's wife. What interpretation? And this is why they are saying there, if a prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, isn't it that the tafsir saying the story? Your prophet, he went to his own son's house. He found his wife wearing something Victoria's Secret. And then he flirted with her. And then she heard him. And then the husband right away divorced her. This is exactly what happened. The eyes of the prophet fall into her, and the husband must divorce her right away. So look what you just did now. You just admitted that your prophet is a bad person. Otherwise, why you want to say to him no? That is not right. Your prophet is a sexual predator, like Mimi and Fifi. The ones who were talking about the wife of, what's his name? Yasser? What is, I forget, Samir, that he have a white wife. They are hungry dogs, you know. This is your prophet, and you just get him busted. No, you will not give it to her. Give him your wife. Shame on you not to do so. What if the Muslims now in England or in London, brother, they notice that you will not give your wife to the prophet? Do you know what they will do to you? You can guess. You can just guess. And you did say that. And I'm sure the video is there. Somebody can find it and we play it maybe next time if somebody found it. You said yes. That's why I remember it very well. I can say no because Quran or Sahih Hadith never says such a thing Muhammad never asked. Abdul, let me get you busted. Let me get you busted. When the Quran says a Muslim woman, she offer herself to the Prophet. So if your wife, she offer herself to the Prophet, can he have her? You said you want Quran, right? Okay. The Quran says any woman, she offer herself to the Prophet. It doesn't say if she is single or not. Any woman, she offer herself to the Prophet, she is his. And now you said to me, challenge me and prove me wrong. Here we go. This is your text. I will put in the screen. This is your challenge. And this is the answer. Do you see it? Any woman, she offer her vagina to the Prophet, he can play with it. Does it say that, or I'm lying? Chapter 33, verse number 50. Any woman, any believing woman, there's no exception. All what she need to do, she offer herself sexually to the Prophet, and the Prophet, he can do boom boom to her. Is that Quran? And then the Prophet, he can he can put them in the line, like, wait for me. So the one is pretty. If your wife is pretty, she will go first. If she is not pretty, she will not even maybe enter. If she's so-so, she will be maybe number 10. The verse in the front of you. Is that your Quran? And any believing women dictate, and look at the translation, guys, dictate her soul. Why she is going in a missionary trip or missionary position? Excuse my language. Is that a missionary trip? What do you mean dictate her soul? Where it says in the Quran, the husband, he asked the husband to divorce her. Here we go, in the front of us. Abdul, here we go, guys. Look at this. Look at this idiot. Look at this idiot. Look at this idiot. So where in the Quran says Muhammad asked husband, the verse is saying if any women offer her marriage, first no marriage, secondly it is Zainab, she told her husband and she claimed that since the Prophet, he flirted with her, the penis of the Prophet, the penis of the husband never functioned. Allah, he makes it swell. So obviously he is in bed with him. Secondly, Abdul, listen carefully. As long the Prophet, he did not want her, so why the interpretation saying, if the Prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, and they are quoting the story of Zayd and Zainab, her husband must divorce her. This is your Islamic books. Your Islamic books give an interpretation for the verse, the same verse we are reading about Zayd and Zainab. Why your scholar saying that based on this, the Prophet, he have privilege? As long you are accusing me of lying, that's mean you are accusing every single scholar in Islam of lying. How in the world this is written in a book for the last hundreds of years, God knows, since this guy is exist and before him, that if the eyes of the Prophet falls into a woman, her husband must divorce her, and not even one of you Muslims make a revolution against it? How come you burn, you kill for the sake of cartoon, but this is not insulting for you? Because this is the truth. Because this is a privilege to the Prophet. Anyone he insult the Prophet in Islam, you Muslims kill him. It's not a secret. So when you teach this in your universities and your scholars and your sheikhs, and nobody is offended, because this is what the Prophet privilege is, and you are proud of it, so you are a fraud, Abbas. Imagine I have a book, I wrote a book saying one of the privilege of the Prophet that his eyesight fall into a woman bum, her husband must divorce her if you like her. and then I ask you to publish my article in Saudi Arabian University or Al-Azhar University, what you will do? Number one, you will not allow me to publish it. Number two, you will go after me to kill me. So how you call those are scholars? And you are learning Islam from them. Here everybody will see that you are the fraud, because your opinion doesn't count. Who are you? You are the pizza boy. Those are the scholars. Those are your masters. And because they are the masters of Islam, their words is there. When Muhammad, he went to the wife, and he flirted with her, was Muhammad asking her to sleep with him or not? Guys, what do you think? When a man, he go to a woman, in this case she was married to his own son by adoption, and he knew that this is a married woman, like it's not a woman he saw on the street, he did not know her. He knew she is married, and she is married to his own son, and he is coming to his house. And then he flirted with the woman. Isn't it this is an open invitation for sex with married women who is married to his own son? What do you think? When a man, he said to a married woman, my heart is a flip for you. What do you think? What is that? And you will find that all the exception Muhammad he have about his intercourse business is a privilege only for him. Only for him. Those are not a privilege for Muslims. Muslim, they can have 4 wives. Muhammad, he can have unlimited. Muslim, they cannot go to a house of a married Muslim and flirt with the wife. Muhammad, he can. You know, when Muhammad, he flirted with the wife, and he said to her, praise be to Allah, the one who flipped my heart. If there is a penalty for a man, he does that in Islam for a married woman. If there is none, that means Islam encourage adultery between married people, because this is a form of adultery. It's nothing but a form of adultery. You go to a woman and you flirt with her, and she is in the house of her husband, and what they excuse, he liked her very much. The hadith and the explanation which is made by your scholars, saying that this woman, she was white and she is tall and big. At that time, you know, like you know, the taste of men changed through history. So if you are big, they call them today like big and beautiful, you know. So she was big and white and beautiful, so she is perfect. Muhammad, he went to her house, he flirted with her, he had her. And actually, I assure you that what happened is not in the story in here. I'm sure this woman, she was sleeping with the man already, with Muhammad. And the proof of that this woman, she is willing to fabricate lies, as an example, that her husband, her penis is swell. who really believe this is story, that each time Zayd he want to have sex with his wife, his penis is swell? Who believe in that? Obviously this woman, she is sleeping with this man, Muhammad, and now it's time to go to his home. Muhammad, he cannot take it no more. Muhammad, he cannot take it no more. Muhammad, he said to himself, enough is enough. I cannot do that no more. Read carefully. Those who speak Arabic and those who speak English, we will translate. إن زيدا تورم ذلك منه حين أراد أن يقربها. Who is the one who mentioned that? Zainab. Okay. Why Muhammad he wanted to have Zainab? Is she a good person? No. His son, he went to him, he said, her tongue is filthy. She hurt me. The son trying to find an excuse now to get rid of her before his father kill him. So as long she is filthy, Muhammad did not say she is not filthy. But look what the hadith saying. Reported by Muqatil, etc., etc., that one day the Prophet came to Zayd seeking him. فأبصر زينب قائمة كانت بيضاء جميلة جسيمة من أتم نساء قريش فهويها. So once the Prophet he come to visit his son Zayd, and he found her standing, white, beautiful, hot, delicious, yummy. And the Prophet could not resist the temptation. Shall we translate that to English so people can see that we are not making things up? This is Tafsir al-Qurtubi, page number 423. The chapter of Al-Ahzab, verse number 37. Chapter 33, verse number 37. Translate to English, please. Miracle. Even Allah cannot do that. Fast translation. Actually, He can translate nothing. So now let us see if what the Christian Prince is saying, is it true? Maybe it's not. You know, this Christian Prince is lying. It's not true. There's no way the Prophet would do such a thing. Who in the world want to believe that the Prophet would do such a thing? No way. I don't know why this thing is not working here. The search. Anyway, we have to search for the word white. Let us try. Okay, let's try now. My keyboard is not functioning. All right. So let us see what the translation will show us. Search for the word right away instead of reading the whole thing. Look at this, brothers and sisters. The Prophet, may Allah pray on him, not for him. He went to Zainab, he went to Jahsh, the daughter of the donkey. So once upon the time, the Prophet, Allah pray for him, came to Zayd, asking for him. He's asking for his son. He have a business with him. He come to the son only when the husband is not there. So he saw Zainab standing. So good she was not sitting, man. Because if he was sitting or laying down, something else will happen. He saw Zainab standing, and she was so beautiful and white and massive. I like massive women, unbelievable. What is that? The translation of Google is going wild. Beautiful and massive, and she is one of the most perfect women of Quraysh. And the translation here is very funny. It says, so he blew her. I like this one, blew her. Actually, this is what happened exactly. So in Arabic it says fahawiha, which means he fell in love with her. How you fell in love with this woman? She's not your wife, she's married. And married to who? To his son. Like, is she separated? No. Is she filing for divorce? No. At this moment, this woman living in the house of the husband, and she is not divorcing the man. How you go to the house of your son, and then you flirt with the woman, and then he says, not only that, not only he blew her, as Google say, and then he said, look how filthy he is. He speak loud so she can hear him. Glory to be Allah, the heartbreaker. The Prophet, his heart is broken for seeing a massive white woman. I mean, put yourself in the pant of the Prophet. The Prophet now, his heart is broken. If I'm a Muslim, I will be crying now. The Prophet, his heart demolished for many reasons. She was white, she was massive, and he wanted to blow her. And now what they will say it doesn't say that, CP. And not only that, the verse is saying that when the man, he went to Muhammad saying to him, you know what, I want to get rid of her. She's not good for me. Muhammad, the hypocrite, he said to him, no, why you want to do that? The filthy guy just a second ago was flirting with the wife. And even here it says that when she told him that, when Zayd, he heard from his wife that what he said to her, Zayd, he heard what Muhammad said to his wife, because his wife, she told him, your father was here and he flirted with me. In Arabic it says, فَفَطِنَ Zayd. So Zayd, he got it. This is what fatina mean, like, I got it. He went right away to Muhammad, he says, I want to divorce her. This is why in the interpretation they are saying, if the Prophet's eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her. He must what? He must divorce her. This is a privilege, and nobody can stand against the privilege of the Prophet of Allah. And the husband, he understood very well the privilege of Allah. Muhammad, obviously, he's a fraud, sex maniac, no dignity. Any woman, she look good, He want to have her. Even he said to the Muslim that Allah, he promised him that he will have in his bed Mary, the mother of Jesus. You believe it, the filthy Muhammad? And the wife of Moses, you believe it, the filthy Muhammad? Oh, sorry, the sister of Moses. And the wife of the Pharaoh. I mean, this guy want to sleep even with women who exist thousands of years before him. This is what happened when you make a prophet out of a horny goat. He wants it now, and even later if he can. He is mentally ill, sexually perverted, sex maniac, no dignity, no honor, and his privilege is coming from his God, presenting what kind of God he created for himself. You see, when this God, he make a privilege for me, and those privileges about sex and sleeping with women around, obviously this God is a sexual predator God. And Muhammad, he created that God in his head. This is why Aisha, she said to him, Inni ara rabbuka yusari'u ila hawaka ya Muhammad. I see your Lord. He rushed into your sexual desire, Muhammad. Have you ever heard of a woman, she said that to her husband, which is a prophet? And then Aisha, she says, I felt jealous. So I said this. Suppose she did not notice it, that this is really true. Muhammad taking advantage. Let us see the hadith of Aisha. And by the way, if Muhammad, hold on, let me show you something too. If you are a woman who is not good looking and you offer yourself to the Prophet, and the Prophet, he don't like you, the Prophet will give you to someone else. The story here, this poor woman, she offered herself to Muhammad. Muhammad, he don't like how she looked like. So he said, I do not need a woman. Like, come on, I have too many. And she's ugly. She's crazy, scary, you know, and she's old. So another man, he's a poor guy. He says, I would take her. Muhammad, he gave her to him. I mean, imagine if the woman, she offered herself to you. Who are you to give her to someone else? Is she a cat? Is she a goat? What do you have? What do you pay for her? The guy do you have a ring? He said no. He said, okay, just recite Quran and take her. Let me get rid of her. Let us see the hadith of Aisha. And this is how Aisha, she got this filthy man busted. For he is nothing but a filthy sexual maniac. Here we go. I felt jealous of women who offered themselves to Allah Messenger. Here you notice, by the way, that Muslim women are not, at least in the time of Muhammad, they are far from decency. Why women, they will line up offering themselves in a sexual way, because this is what it's about. I mean, what he will learn from them. They will teach him English, Arabic, what they will do exactly. It's sex. Why women, they will line up offering themselves to Muhammad. What they are seeking exactly? They are seeking privilege of being the girlfriend of the Prophet, who is their king. She will have a nice house. She will have a good food. She will have protection forever. I felt jealous of women who offered themselves to Allah Messenger and said, then when Allah, the Exalted, the Glorious, revealed, You may differ any of them you wish. And take yourself as you wish. Muhammad, he made a statement saying any woman she can give herself, but he found now he have to find a solution. He don't want to take all of them. There's some they are old, there's some they are not good looking, there are some that, you know, this is not what I want the beautiful one. So he made a verse right away after it saying, you may differ any of them. You may choose, you may pick up your chair, you don't have to take them all. You don't have to take even, you know, a certain number, the one you like, Prophet. So Aisha, she noticed that this guy is a scumbag, he's a fraud. And she said, it seemed to me that your Lord hastened to satisfy your desire. Do you see it? Do you see it? So we were talking about the moonlight, and now we end at the private light of the Prophet, because obviously the private of Muhammad, the private part of Muhammad is shiny, is like a nuclear, and women are lined up to sleep with him. We have a Muslim saying Islam is superior. الأمير العتيبي شلونك عمي؟ Islam is superior, my friend. Islam is superior with the stupidity and lies. And what's superior? You are way away from superiority. It is Donald Trump who make your Islam protected. Do you know that? If not Donald Trump, you Muslim Sunni will be demolished by Iran right now. Where is your Islam? Where is your Islam when Al-Qurmuti, he come and he destroyed the Kaaba and he took the black stone? At that time there was no Trump to save you. Al-Qurmuti, he destroyed the Kaaba and he stole the black stone and he was doing poo-poo in it for 20 years. Where is your superior Islam? Superior in what? In sex? Violence? Filth? Can you name for me one Islamic country is decent? Can you tell me why you Muslims, you die desperately to come to the West, as long as Islam is superior? But you cannot enjoy life unless you live between the Christians and the Jews and the Hindus. When a Muslim say Islam is superior, that represents that Islam is a super racist cult. Yes, they believe they are superior. They are white supremacist cult. The Arab are in control. And just to show you and to prove to you what this guy is saying, the Muhammadan, they believe that all mankind are a bunch of dogs unless you join Islam. And they are animals. And it's a duty for a Muslim to go and capture them and put chains around their neck. This is Sahih al-Bukhari saying, the verse, you true Muslims are the best of people. Islam teach supremacist. Muslims are the best, the rest are garbage. The rest are animals. You are the best people ever raised for mankind, means the best of the people, for the people, as you bring them with a chain on their necks till they embrace Islam. Fascist. Hitler is better than you. Hitler is better than Muhammad teaching. Do you see it? Who is the good Muslim? Is the one who go and attack European, Indian, African, like we just heard a few days ago, they kidnapped more than 300 child. And they killed tons of men every day in Nigeria, in Africa, because Islam is superior. But my friend, look what he's saying now. Look, guys, Just to show you how stupid this cult is, how much I cannot show it, the YouTube is not allowing it. Just to show you how much filthy this religion is. The Jews are a bunch of apes and pigs. So your prophet, he married a Jewish woman, she is a pig, he must be a pig too. Didn't your prophet, he marry a woman, she is a Jew? Who is the one who marry a pig unless he is a pig? You tell me. If the Jews are pigs, as you said, and you sleep with their women, obviously you are a pig. Isn't it? Anyway, guys, we are going to finish here. Please download the video. We will not keep it for long. And I hope the Muslims, they have a good time with us. You know, here we have a school. It's called Spank Them to Teach Them. Spank them to teach them. And we spank them here to teach them. And then after we spank them, they will not even complain, because we spank them with the proofs and evidence. Feel free to leave your comment, for this is the time of spanking which we shared with you. And if you are hurt, there is something called Vaseline. I learned about it from a sheikh who debated me a long time ago. Until now he is using it. Use it or lose it. Thank you all for being here. I will delete this video after maybe 3 hours or 4 hours, so please download it before we take it down. I'm going to clean all the videos, actually previous videos, download them all before we take them down. Thank you very much for being here. And again, for the Muslim Abdul who said to me that I'm lying, we got you busted, humiliated, for you are the liar and you are the one who followed the lies of Muhammad. May Allah have mercy on your wife. Otherwise, the Prophet, he will come to visit you and he will see her. And then nothing can help you unless your wife, she look ugly. This is the only way to keep your wife at home. Otherwise, the Prophet will take her. Thank you. God bless you. And see you soon. This is your humble brother, Christian Prince, spanking Allah and his God Muhammad with no mercy. Take care.